my nostrils. Welcome back to the Nashville Nose. I'm your host, as always, Dr. Magnifiscent. Hey, well, fall hath fallen upon us. And I'm looking forward to a beautiful autumn right here in Nashville. Can't wait to see the leaves change. Can't wait to wear all my jackets again. Because not only do I have a perfume addiction, I also have a bit of a jacket fetish, as you can clearly see from nearly every video on this channel. Today, I'm going to feature my top 10 scents for the fall of 2022, all from niche brands. We're going full niche today. As it cools off outside, we like to reach for warmer scents. And I find in the autumn time, the best things to bust out are the sweet and spices. Spices like cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg, all represent this time of year perfectly. And also sweeter notes like vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Bearing in mind it's not quite winter yet, so depending on where you live, you're most likely still pretty far out from the deep freeze. Sorry, Greenland, this doesn't include you. So as the weather fluctuates throughout the day into the night, you can still get away with some fresher notes blended in, which is so much fun during this season to get the full potential of a fragrance with a great plethora of fresh, sweet, spicy, and even darker and richer notes. And I have several here for that seasonal transitioning adaptability. So whether you're in Canada or Mexico, Scotland or Italy, Melbourne or Brizzy, they can all still work perfectly for your personal fall. And we're gonna fall into this list, but before we get to that, need I remind you to subscribe? What are you doing? Jump on the party plane, because we're taking off. Woo! A quick honorable mention though. Santal 33 by Labo. I don't consider a fall scent specifically. I would lean this more towards the signature scent category because I think it works fine all year. But I believe the fall time is when this scent would really come alive. That natural, earthy, woody sandalwood, that nice blend of cedar, papyrus, leather, cardamom, iris, and amber. Really classy, but you can easily dress it down. It's got a really unique smell, although fairly popular, and now a lot of people know it when they smell it. Still, a great blend, great performing, and one of Labo's most beloved releases. Okay, here we go. 10 perfect niche scents for the fall of 2022. The doctor is now in. We're gonna kick off this list with a fragrance I cannot live without. This is the definition of class and elegance from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is Soir. Oh my God. The thing I love about this scent is how much it evolves on the skin over its duration. It starts out sweet, and as it dries down, it just gets sexier and sexier. And it smells completely different on skin than it does on a paper strip or even from the atomizer. It's one of the best examples of an amber scent. If you love ambers, this very well may be the GOAT, hands down. If anything, it's one of the best ever made. And that's not an opinion. That's a fact, Jack. It lived up to the hype when I blind bought it and first smelled it. I wish I would have got an initial reaction video on camera because I was shook. Although amber itself doesn't really have a scent of its own, the genre of amber fragrances all have a warm, round, resinous feel. Along with the amber accord, we get vanilla, tonka bean, Spanish labdanum, lavender, and cyan benzoin. I don't know what cyan benzoin does differently, but whatever it is, I like it. It's one of MFK's best, in my opinion, worth getting a sample of and trying. It only comes in 70 ml. I usually go for the 35 milliliter bottles like these when possible, because this isn't the cheapest perfume brand, although the quality more than makes up for it. So for me to pony up and get one of the bigger bottles, it must be something irrefusable. And to me, it is. Another legendary perfumer with a name well known to all of us frag heads is the one and only Serge Lutens. Not Serge Tankian, Serge Lutens. The other Serge. Got it? Cool. All right. Serge Lutens did not sing in System of a Down, as opposed to a lot of online confusion. I'm just kidding. I find that several of, if not nearly all of his scents are built ever so perfectly for the fall due to his common use of spices. Spice notes are quite prevalent in the Serge Lutens DNA and pretty much laced throughout his entire brand, at least according to all the ones that I've sampled. Every release smells like it belongs to the same family. He's got his signature style that's so recognizable. And my pick for today, Cèdre, is no exception. Out of all that I've smelled from Serge Lutens, I would vote this one as quintessential fall fragrance from this house. Probably thanks mostly to the use of cloves, a spice which just represents this time of year. It's not very clove dominant. As the name states, it has a lot of cedar, also amber, cinnamon, and musk, then a nice splash of tuberose, giving it some of that sweet, carnal, white floral lightness. This one was a must-have when I sampled it. It's usually my go-to Thanksgiving dinner scent. If you ask me which fall-time perfection scent Nishane had to offer, I think I would have to cast my vote for Ani. Like Santal 33, you could possibly also toss this in the signature scent category with its nice balance of fresh and spicy notes, but I find it to be further on the bold side. And it's an extrait de parfum concentration, so it's gonna be a bit richer and denser. Therefore, I don't know how many people would want to wear this in the summer heat. I mean, I do, because I love this scent and I'm crazy, but to the average perfume wearer, it may be a bit much for that time of year. With that considered, I do find it a perfect transitional season fragrance, where it's a touch cooler outside, but still fairly warm in the peak of the day. Basically, I get a bunch of bright and zingy ginger and bergamot, fully engulfed in a sweet and creamy vanilla, with some nice fresh and spicy cardamom also prominent, but then it has a lot of great supporting roles from blackcurrant, sandalwood, cedar, patchouli, ambergris, and musk. It's one of the most truly idiosyncratic scents I've ever smelled before, yet remaining so very easy and pleasant. The performance on it, especially considering the concentration, makes it a guaranteed compliment getter. Overall, this was love at first whiff. And if you don't believe me, you can always see my first reaction to it in this video right up here. Wait till this one's over and then watch that one. That was a fun one. And if we're talking fall scents with that perfect balance of freshness and spice, I can't help but think of Kalan by Parfums de Marly. I also just did a full house rundown on this brand right here. Be sure to check that out as well. Blood orange is what you get right off the rip. Then the lavender and spices come in as it dries down, while still retaining that blood orange freshness. And when you get to the base, white sandalwood, moss, amber, and tonka bean take it in a warmer direction. It's really versatile. I find myself reaching for it from the end of summer all the way up to the start of winter, regardless of what climate I'm in. It's a PDM, so you know it's got that strength to cut through any air temperature. It may not have ranked very high in my top 7 Parfums de Marly ranking when I did the house rundown video, but it doesn't matter. I love it, and I'm so glad I have it for this time of year in particular. This is when it really shines. Ytzma by Royal Crown is kind of in the same boat as far as versatility goes during the transitional months, with its fresher top notes of lemon, mandarin orange, and Calabrian bergamot, but instead of balancing them with spices, in this one we get a lovely tobacco. Tobacco scents are perfect for the fall. I mean, I love tobacco scents all the time, but right now we're fully in tobacco season as far as I'm concerned. Oud, oak moss, cypress, vetiver, ambergris, and castoreum add this intrepid and animalic boldness to the blend. Although I don't see it listed, I detect a little bit of leather in there. Or it could just be the combination of those with some sweet vanilla and sandalwood and florals such as peach blossom, magnolia, orange blossom, and Moroccan rose, softening the whole thing up, preventing it all from getting too bitter or stanky. Because yeah, if you see castoreum and oud in there, you might think, is there a farm nearby? But no, it doesn't get indolic, it doesn't get stinky, it doesn't get, poopy. It's very, very smooth and a little bit leathery. It's the first one I got from this luxury Italian house and the one that kind of got me into them in the first place. I can fairly state that the beauty and elegance of these incredible presentations are perfect representations of their beautiful and elegant compositions. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty, 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 pretty good. Shout out to Larry David.
Pretty good.
He was the best Bernie Sanders on SNL. Now, how about a really sweet and smooth one? Another perfect example of a completely androgynous fragrance. And one of my favorites that I will always have in my collection from one of my favorite niche brands. This is Angel Share by Kilian. What can I say? It's mouth-watering, boozy, seductive, addictive, loved by many. One of, if not the best cognac-based scent blends out there. With praline, vanilla, sandalwood, tonka bean. And with a note breakdown like that, you would expect this to just smell tooth-rottingly sweet. But then I believe the savior of this blend, like the one puzzle piece they put in to complete this picture and make it the blend of perfection it truly is, may just be the note of oak. It provides a nice backbone, keeping it from getting too cloying, adding just a touch of sharpness and maximizing its adaptability. There's a reason this one gets so much love. It's just pure love in a bottle. And of course, the bottle is really, really cool looking. I love this brandy glass type bottle style here. It's like you can drink it. No, don't do that. Don't do that, kids. Don't drink your fragrances. You'll go blind. Ain't that what your mother told you? I also have so much love for the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal line. Surprise, right? And for the fall time, I love reaching for L'Homme Ideal Lutens around this time of year. I love the use of chili pepper in this fragrance. It's not sharp or bitter or nose tingling. It just adds a little bit of this edge to the rest of this otherwise mass-appealing blend of almond, cardamom, Bulgarian rose, labdanum, vanilla, leather, patchouli, and sandalwood. They also list a smoke accord in there, but if it is in there, it's really subtle. It's not like By the Fireplace by Mason Margiela or A City on Fire by Imaginary Authors. To me, those fragrances smell like you've been hanging around a campfire too long. Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Lutens, on the other hand, keeps that wonderful original L'Homme Ideal DNA with just some additional pow pow pow. Spiciness, smokiness, ruggedness, sexiness. Oh yeah. If you want to see my buying guide to this entire line, you can watch that right up there. Boom! I also have a great fall niche scent on the softer and easier side for this list, which I think is severely overlooked and underrated from this brand. Granted, I don't own a lot from Jo Malone, considering most of them don't have the best performance on my skin personally, but this one does. And I'm always happy to give a little love to Myrrh and Tonka by Jo Malone. She is such an incredibly talented perfumer. All of her scents are amazing and complex with relatively simple note breakdowns. And Myrrh and Tonka follows right along with the two notes true to the name, myrrh and tonka bean, along with just some lavender, vanilla, and almond. Overall, very warm, resinous, slightly sweet and relaxing blend. Like, this would be a great scent to splash on before you go to bed. It probably works better than melatonin. As if they put a melatonin note in there. Don't wear this while driving or operating heavy machinery, folks. No, I'm just kidding. It's not gonna knock you out, but it is very relaxing, and I think something great to splash on at the end of the day. The myrrh isn't overly incensey. The tonka and almond round it out nicely, making it extremely wearable. Niche quality, but with that designer mass appeal. It may just be my absolute favorite from Jo Malone, and one I will always suggest you try out next time you see that giant display at the mall. Pop into Sephora, walk to the back, make a left. Can't miss it. You really can't miss it. It's gigantic. And now, a bit of an off-the-wall one. From the avant-garde house of Orto Parisi, I think Seminalis is built for fall. Orto Parisi, man, what can I say? Alessandro Gutierrez is a rebel. He likes to get weird and base his fragrances on very strange themes, but that's just him being his very strange self, and honestly, I live for it. Not to worry though, his odd creations don't recreate the odd things they're themed after. Instead, this one to me smells like it has fruits. It's a bit lactonic, maybe a faint sweet almond note in there, as well as other sweet notes. Guessing maybe sandalwood or vanilla. And as it dries down, something of a light guaiac wood note seems to appear. As you may know by now, I'm guessing these notes because Orto Parisi loves to keep them a secret. You have no choice but to try them out. This is one of his much more easy, pleasant, and wearable fragrances. It's warm, sweet, sensual, almost gourmand at times. I've heard people claim that to them it has a little bit of a fresh baked bread like accord, and I can see where they may get that. It's a wonderful scent, one of a few I bought solely on the weirdness alone, because I'm weird too, along with Sturkis, which comes with a picture of this tree knot. Oh! Who? Don't look directly into it. I wonder what this theme is. Ugh. Should we get rid of that? Yes! I think we should. Be gone! That's better. But the scent of Sturkis is kind of a musky, sexy, dark cherry, cacao, and oud combo to my nose. Yeah, it's nice. Seminalis, though, is a warm, light, easy, sweet, and slightly fruity scent with also stellar performance. So on all merits, seems to me like a fall-time winner. And I saved a great one for last. One I've been waiting and waiting until now to finally talk about on this channel. My newest creed to the family. Meet Royal Oud. Holy opulence, Batman. This is pure class and sophistication in an easy-to-wear, light oud-based scent. I consider this one like a gateway oud fragrance. The oud is nice, easy, and wearable. It's not heavy or funky or even remotely animalic. Instead, I find it leans a bit heavier on the cedar, especially in the early stages of its lifespan, while mingling with its fresher top notes of bergamot, lemon, and pink pepper. Some green and herbal angelica and gallibanum in the mid. And as it dries down, the oud does start to move forward a little bit, but still behind that famous light musk you find in several creeds. I'm guessing it's probably a white musk, and obviously the musk and the oud are synthetically made, but that's fine, it smells great. It's on many fragrance lovers' wish lists. It was on mine for quite a long time. It's tricky to hunt down on the discounters. I got really lucky and found it on Joma Shop during one of their crazy sales. I don't know how they do it over there, but I have found some insane deals on Joma Shop. It's become one of my favorite discounters. And no, not paid to say that. I'm here to lift veils free of charge for you, dear nostrils. You're welcome. You can thank me by subscribing and liking the video. Oh, hey, thanks. I pulled the trigger when I saw this, and within a fairly short amount of time, it was sold out again. It's a high demand item, and rightfully so, not only on the smell alone. I mean, it smells just divine. But it's kind of a rare thing, especially in these modern times, to find a creed that performs. And Royal Oud actually has really good longevity. It's a win-win-win of a fragrance, and I'm excited to wear the heck out of it this fall. And there it is, my top 10 fall niche list for 2022. And I'm looking forward to gassing out everyone I know with them. I'm kidding. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and become an official nostril if you haven't already. We would love to have you. Tell you what, subscribe right now and I'll invite you to Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, actually, I can't promise that, sorry. But you will have a blast. This is a really fun channel, I promise you. I know firsthand because I'm the one running it. And don't forget to enable notifications by dinging that bell so you won't miss my top designer fall scents video coming soon. And if you wouldn't mind helping us out by giving this video a like so the algorithm gods can bless us all with a bountiful harvest. Hey, it's a lot easier than sacrificing your firstborn like we used to do, right? Right? Did we do that? Was that a thing? I mean, we are human. I wouldn't put it past us. Send this channel to your pheromone challenged friends. And of course, tell me in the comments below what you'll be wearing this fall. I'm super curious to know because this ain't no fragrance channel. What do we say? It's a community. Yes, very good. Well, the leaves may be a-changin', but this smelly daughter will be right here next time. Same smelly time, same smelly channel. And you best stay smelly till I see you. Later, Cornhuskers. The doctor is out.